so fun. I love you. We're both like, let's do 19 things. Yeah.
All right. I think we're good.
Yeah. It's starting to stream. So, all right. I think we're just about live. It looks good.
Let me know if you hear an echo anywhere.
I'm good. How about you?
I hear you in both places. I'm not sure if I can turn off.
Turn on your computer or whatever, hit the volume like mute button. That's what I do.
Can
I'll
you hear me still?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
This is so fun. So for anybody who's just popping on or who's catching the replay, Deb and I are both live streaming, not just here on Facebook, but also on Instagram. So you can kind of see us on both places. So if we start going like this, it's not because the shiny object just moved. Although maybe it did in my case. But
maybe. Yeah. No, I like it. I like it.
All right. So let me hit the share in my group. You can do it in yours.
I'm doing it all. Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're doing it all. And then as you guys get here, please say hello. I know there's like so many people who are eager to see us together again because we haven't been together like just too long. So what we're going to be doing today is psychic business coaching, which you love from me, and all of the most amazing social media marketing strategy from Deb, which you love from her, combined into one place. It's like, oh, it's so good. All right. So as you guys get here, say hello. I see a bunch of people hopping on. Then I have lots of familiar faces. Hi. And so also the other thing is, as Deb mentioned just on Instagram, is that today is actually the cart close. This is the final day that you can actually get into the Phoenix Mentorship, which is my year-long program, allowing you to soulfully scale your business. So this is deep soulful energy healing. It is collective, group time. Obviously the support from a group is like second to none. And just before we hopped on, Deb was basically about to make me cry. And she was kind of talking to the fact that since we've been biz besties for a while now, she has been part of my entire journey and seen where the Phoenix Mentorship started and how it started to come into fruition and the people who joined it and their own journeys. And she was starting to talk about like, wow, how far they've come. And so she's like, how fitting is it that here we are talking, and it's like, this is like a big day for us. So I don't know if you wanted to share any of that while we're waiting for people to hop on. Well, not waiting, but people are already hopping on.
Yeah. I want to pipe in because you and I actually, for a couple of weeks, have been trying to get together to do a Facebook Live because people have asked us to come together and do what we always do and what we love to do and what we find so easy. And I don't find that it's a surprise that until today, the final day of you accepting amazing people into your program is the day that we actually were able to talk. And this morning, all I kept thinking about was, like you mentioned, you and I have known each other for a year, maybe like a year and a month, maybe, I'm not sure. It seems like yesterday, but it seems like a lifetime, really. But what I remember so vividly is when the Phoenix Mentorship was born, the idea. And I think what's really kind of cool is all week you've had your members of the first group, your first round, the alum, we'll call them. You've had them coming and talking about their journey of what it was like to say yes to you. And then what happened while over the course of growing together. And what I have is an outsider's view because I wasn't in the program every week, but I was on the outside supporting you through guiding these women from possibly feeling like they had nothing to offer the world to finding their voice, finding their confidence, finding wherever they fit in the online or in-person world. And I not only watched you guide them through that, but I was able to watch each of them, who I got to know very well, both in and out of the program. I got to watch all of them evolve. And so what I'm excited about is being able to share what I experienced from watching both you run the program, execute the program, hold space for the program, whatever you want to call it, and watch your amazing women from an outsider looking in and knowing how hard it was for some of them to take the leap and looking now and saying, my God, I can't imagine that any of them would ever say it was a mistake. They've all just really, I mean, talk about like birthing an idea and evolving into a beautiful seedling and then sprouting through the ground and then blossoming, right? So I'm excited to be here, to be able to answer anybody's questions from an outsider's point of view, but also as someone who's known you and watched you and supported you and guided you on things that maybe you felt stuck in, because you're human too. You too have made decisions that were super scary. And boy, have you evolved.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love you. So, hi, everybody. I see Maribeth is here, Tiffany, Ariana, Tammy, Bonnie, Rosa, Melissa, Arlene, Jennifer, Jesse, Jacqueline. Hi, everybody. So here's where we get to have fun. And of course, you know, this is a critical day. It's a big day. It feels like a closing and an opening. And I have one of my best friends here to share in this moment with me. So I'm super excited. So what we're here to do is you can basically pose a question where you're feeling stuck in your business or you need some clarity. And it can be related to anything in your business. And I will do some channeling, and I have my cards here in case you want me to pull a card or two. And then I'll give you a message, and then Deb will also give you her message. Hi, Bonnie. So it's first come, first serve. So we usually do this around like a half an hour, but some days we have so many people who just ask great questions, and it tends to be a little bit longer. But we're happy to be here to answer your questions. So go ahead and type in the comments and let me know. So I guess I'll speak to also what you said, Deb, while people are typing their questions in. You know, when the Phoenix Mentorship like came to my consciousness, should I join? I knew that question was going to come up today. I even put it in my email. Like, you can even ask me this question. Of course, I will pull you a card because I think I'm too close to it. But when the Phoenix Mentorship came to my consciousness, and I was like, oh, I guess this could happen. And I started to channel on it and get the offer out there. And there were parts of me that totally doubted, like, if I could do it and why I was doing it and how it was all going to work out, because I'd never done anything like it before. And it was something I had never done, and I had never served at that level before. And here I am now 6 months later going, oh my God, like I had no idea that could come through me. And like I said, in Sedona was when like everything just like hit me like a brick. It's like, oh my gosh, these women, like this is because of me and because of our collective energy. And I brought that together. So everybody, it's possible for you too. Like you don't have to know like what is like perfect and what's going to be happening for you like in a year. I didn't even know like 4 months before it existed that it was something I was going to sell.
Right.
So,
I want to add too that one of the things that I've noticed in your coaching, in your programs, any of the programs, whether it's your Business Made Simple or your Phoenix Mentorship, is you are an open book. And I don't think you explain that enough. And so I think we should go into that too, is while we're waiting for people to ask a question, is you share everything. Like I was saying yesterday to my massage person, we were talking about you, and she was cupping me. I had cups all over my chest, like total energy work. And we were talking about how authentic you are. Like that was the word that kept coming up, where some people would hold something back for fear of someone stealing an idea or a competitor with an eye on your business. You've actually taught me how to have more confidence that what I offer is tremendously valuable. And I think for you, that's something that you undervalue. You undervalue your authenticity to say, I was with you. I was right where you are. I was doing exactly what you're doing. I could not scale my business that way. The only way that I could scale my business was by doing X, Y, and Z. And I'm going to show you every single thing I did. And I'm going to tell you when it sucked and when it was hard and when I struggled and when I hit a brick wall and how I restarted. So So I want to say that whether you work with Emily in the Phoenix mentorship, or maybe that program doesn't fit for you right now, but maybe you're just here in one of her groups, she's very authentic and honest. She's not everybody's psychic biz coach. Let's be honest, right? True. And she's okay with that, but she, just like you, is human, and sometimes it hurts. And we have to remind ourselves that, I don't have to be for everyone, but what I bring to the world is mine. That's the thing. And I want everyone to remember, no matter what they're selling, services, products, programs, coaching, cookies, it doesn't matter. It's yours. And even if you are afraid of someone stealing your special sauce, they can never do it the way that you do it.
It's true.
That's really something that I've learned over the last year is be an open book. Love me or hate me. Follow me or unfollow me. It doesn't matter. This is who I am. And the more authentic I am, and the more authentic my people see, the more people will say, I kind of like the way she does things. I want to learn from her. But I used to hide, and I used to say, I don't want anyone to know how I do it. Right. And I was afraid that somebody would steal the way I did it. And really, looking back, I'm thinking how much time I wasted worrying about other people and the way that they might do what I do. But now that's part of my messaging for people. When I share a social post idea with my audience, I shared one idea for the whole group, knowing that if you can be authentic in how you curate and create that social post content, nobody can do it exactly the same as you. Even if you're all realtors or all attorneys or all travel agents or all healers, you will have your own interpretation of that social post idea, and that post will be yours and yours only.
Totally.
Yeah.
And thank you for kind of making me tear up a little bit as well. I do undervalue that. I do undersell that. And that's one thing that people come to me all the time. And, obviously I was just on the Mind Your Business podcast last week. And I've had all these new people coming out and they're like, you're just different. You're just not like anybody else. And normally I wouldn't even reply to an email or reach out to you, but I just feel this a connection. And that is what makes me unique. And maybe that's also something I could try working on, letting people know more about. So anyway, thank you for that. And I fully agree with everything you said about being authentic. And truthfully, I think that is part of the special sauce of what I teach my clients is how to become that authentic and be proud of it and not afraid of it and not scared of it or not worried about people's judgment on you. So, all right. Okay. So I saw a few questions I'm going to answer. So, and then those of you who are just joining now, could you please just hit the share button or hit the thumbs up? It helps us so much with helping other people. When you hit the share button, it lets other people know that there's help out there. So, Bonnie, I pulled a card for you and you got surrender and release. Oops. And I just surrendered, released that card. So look, this card just as much as I do. This card, and actually I just did a reading for somebody, soul book reading for somebody a couple hours ago, and this is her first card. And basically, I'm going to say the same thing I said to her, which is surrender, which is stop trying to control everything and thinking that you know how to do everything. Surrender is like this, open arms, universe, Jesus, God, take the wheel. I trust that the divine outcome will happen. I am yours. That's it. Now, of course, I'm hearing feedback. Do you guys hear feedback or is it just me? I don't know. Maybe we should stop the live. And then release. It's release your expectations, release all the stuff that you're putting on yourself. It's time. So take it for what you will. It's time to surrender and release. Doing the mentorship. The card I have is part of the surrender and release. It's letting go who you were so that you can step into who you want to become.
I know that feeling of needing to open and release the control that I'm the best, that I'm the only one that can do all those things. So Bonnie, you and I might be soul sisters. And I can tell you that the worry breaks all opportunity and possibility of creativity. The worry of no one can do it better than me is a freaking joke. It's a total joke. it took me first I had to identify it. Once I identified it, it took me a long time to get really clear on why I can't possibly be the only person that can do that. But now, like all those little things that I worried about, whether it was personal or professional, the fact that I don't worry about them anymore, that I don't worry about things 10 days before, because anything could happen between now and 10 days. And when the day comes, the fact that I'm not worrying, I actually can celebrate when things go my way. Mm-hmm. And it happens more often than not. And it's like, for example, if I have a time conflict with something, I would hop on it and like try to fix that schedule or something. Instead, I just kind of say it's going to work out. And then when it does, because maybe someone else needed to move a time, or someone canceled, or someone else picked up my child, for example, and it just worked out, it's like unbelievable that I didn't worry and I didn't lose sleep over it. And I was still able to be creative and nothing was in my way. So I get that piece of surrender. And I put my arms out because, speaking of massages, my last massage, I spent my entire massage with my arms open like this, to the point where I was sore for days, but I had to do that. I had so much tension and negative energy all within here, and it was all the worry.
Mm-hmm. Whew. All right. So next, all right, we have a few.
Came off live, right? Instagram Live?
I just came off because it was too much listening and it's kind of distracting me. So Melissa, I need to know if my time and efforts are worth it in creating and selling my geode creations. I need to know if my time and efforts are worth it. If they're worth it, like, are they going to pay off? Is that what she's trying to say? Like, I think that's what she's trying to say. Melissa, I'm going to pull you a card. It just depends on how you're spending your time and your effort. That's the thing I like coming up is like, well, I mean, sometimes we think that we're doing like all this hard work to like promote ourselves, and actually nobody knows that you are existing. And we totally, and I think this can go back to Deb, honestly. I'm going to pull you a card, but I think it's going to hop onto Deb. Soulmate. Yeah. You're not connected with your soulmate clients. That's the problem. You're just like putting it out there. You go like, anybody, anywhere. You want to buy my stuff? No, that's not how it works. So I'm gonna hand it over to you, Deb.
Can you repeat the question again? Because I was turning off the Instagram Live.
See, it's distracting. We're like, we got this. We can do like 19 things.
Well, it's one thing if you and I are together on Instagram. It's another thing if I'm just talking and they can't see who I'm talking to. So I was like, all right, I'll turn it off.
So Melissa asks if, she says, I need to know if my time and efforts are worth it in creating and selling my geode business. And what I took from it is like, am I putting myself in the right place? And she got the soulmate card, which means she's not connecting to her soulmate clients. Yeah.
So first of all, I'll just give a little plug to Emily's soulmate client meditation. It's an 8-minute meditation that literally is going to help you get clear on who they are, what they need from you, and where they spend their time. As far as marketing goes, marketing does take energy. Okay. And one of the things that I work with on with my clients is figuring out that one thing, whatever that one thing is. Of course, you're going to sell more than one thing, but what is the one thing that your dream client needs from you today? And how can you make that message super easy? The harder it is on you, the harder it is on your audience, right? Your dream client, your soulmate client. You need to make it really simple and break it down. Now, someone once said, it works if you work it. And so it does take time. It does take nurturing, but it doesn't have to be hard, because if you really believe in what you do and who you offer it to, it comes really easily. And your dream client, your audience, your fans, your followers, they feel that and they want more of that from you. And I know that the reason you're feeling overwhelmed and that it sucks and that it's hard and that it's not working is because you're not getting anything back from it. Marketing is a two-way conversation. If you're putting out content once and not getting anything back, you're like, forget it, I'm done. I didn't do it the right way, or nobody wants what I have to offer. Raise your hand, you guys, if you've ever put something out there and nobody wanted it, right?
All
it doesn't
hands.
mean that there isn't someone who needs what you have to offer. It just means that you weren't there when they were looking. And that's why with social media marketing, which is really fast and really noisy, you've got to repeat messaging over and over and over again for the same program, the same offer, the same service, the same product. You can't drop your link to have people join your email list once and expect the world to join. You have to keep dropping that link over and over again in different creative ways. So get that soulmate client meditation, download it to your phone, figure out what your thing is, who needs it, and where they are. And then I promise you, you'll start getting a return on your energy.
Thank you, Deb. All right, Jessie, she's new to me. Oh, me, I'm stuck. I know I'm doing the right things, but yet I still haven't had my first high-paying client. So do I still have inner blockages that I still should be patient with? And so I know, Jessie, I spoke with her the other day, and the first thing I was inclined to say was, you cannot start at the top. Like, you don't start Mount Everest at the pinnacle of it, or like, whatever that camp is that you get to before you get to the top. Right. You start at the bottom, and you build your following, you build your reputation, you build your confidence, you build results, and then you increase your prices. So I'll pull you a card, but I'm handing it over to you because she kind of already knows.
This is the perfect time for me to share. So I have this Love Your Biz map because my business is for love of your biz. And I have this like map for loving your biz. And there's 5 elements that you need in order to fall madly in love with your business. And once you fall madly in love with your business, everybody else who needs you will too. The 5 components are this: a product or a service, confidence, because it sounds like you've got major doubt, right? Your dream client being really, really clear, soulmate client. Yeah, right? So your dream client knowing exactly where they are, what they need, right? And how to reach them. Support, that to me, I know I said it 4th, doesn't matter the order. Support is, it's like, in my opinion, number 1. Support can be anything from a mentorship, a coach, a spouse who understands what you do, a business buddy who you can hash things out with. Support is key in loving your business because it takes away the worry and the stress of being alone or feeling alone. And the 5th and final element that you need to help you fall madly in love with your biz is inspiration. So if you aren't inspired, if you're feeling like, why is no one grabbing that one high-priced item? Like, you have to find other ways to get you excited and you passionate about what it is you're offering. Because then once people see that, like Emily said, the trust, like they have to like and trust you first. Marketing and sales is actually relationship building. So it doesn't happen overnight. But if you have those 5 elements over time, you'll have this beautiful following, this beautiful audience of people that want nothing more than to be in your presence all the time and get whatever it is you're selling. You want to do the card? Yeah,
the card was divine timing. So, I think you need to take all this into consideration and understand, like, it's all working for you, but it's all also divinely orchestrated. Like, you need to step up into doing these things, doing this work at this level. And it will all just boop, boop, boop. It's like dominoes, knock itself over. Jennifer is next. Jennifer, will opening my storefront in my house be a good idea?
Ooh.
That makes me a little bit nauseous. It's unsettling.
Do you want strangers coming into your house? That's the first thing I thought was like.
Both of us are a little unsettled by this. And I have had, when I had a massage office and I had just sold my business and I brought my clients into my home, I only brought in the people who I knew or people who were referred by those people because it's where I live. Yeah. So I don't feel great about that.
I feel like I feel like there's another avenue for you. I actually am seeing bringing your business into another brick and mortar that someone else owns that you rent space in, that already gets foot traffic, that already has a following that can support you. See, it always goes back to the support factor. But that's what I see. I see you need to partner with someone who already has a space that your business perfectly aligns with, that you have the same audience, the same demographic.
And honestly, like, I think part of also the thing I'm seeing is like, take your blinders off. Like, it doesn't have to just be like this or that. Like, open up, like, what else is possible? Like, there's so many places out there. So don't limit yourself to only just this or that. it's fun when the universe surprises you. Prudence, good to see you on here. I've been seeing your name pop up a lot lately. Am I hurting myself by taking small steps, or should I be taking a bigger leaps? This makes my heart start pounding. You need to know what you want. So if what you want is more than what you got, by the sound of your question, you just need someone to push you off the ledge so you can take a leap of faith. I mean, that's what it feels like. I mean, for me, I'm a risk taker. So I am not like risk averse. I am like dive in head first, don't even need to have my eyes open. Like I want it. And I know for me, I'm always looking for growth opportunities. I'm always looking for ways to help more people, serve at a higher level. And frankly, that's my sole purpose. I want to be that light that can shine, so others can shine their light. And I find it for me to be a non-negotiable to always serve, to always show up, to always be there, because people need me. And so I don't even, there's never been a question like, I don't know, am I playing too small? Like, no, it's always like, this is risky and I'm going to throw up now. Like it's like, if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're feeling like so comfortable in your business that you have no fear, then you're playing small and safe. Mm-hmm. So you've got the guardian angel card. When this card comes up, and it doesn't come up all that often, 100 guardian angels come up around you to support you. Deb, the word of the day?
Support. Yeah. And I think the piece is that support, you have to define what support is for you. I mean, your Facebook Live yesterday, Emily, talked about figuring out who is in your corner to support you on your journey, wherever it is you're moving forward. And, you know, I'm the perfect example of someone who, you know, did not feel comfortable saying to my husband, this is what I want to invest in. Not because I didn't respect him, but because I knew that having that conversation was beyond his capabilities for me and financially supporting my business or the family. So I found other people and other places to get support from. And that goes back to what you just said before, is it's not this or that. It's not, I can ask my husband or I can't. It's who can I ask to gain support so I can stop being blocked or so I can move forward. And I mean, I can't stress enough that you can't not show up. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're in person or online. Go ahead.
But what you just said also like hits all three of my points from yesterday, which is don't try to change them. Like you're not trying to like convince your husband like, hey, this is a really great investment for my business. No, you know, it's going to be a brick wall and you're not getting past it. So for you and I, and it's not like we're like trying to like put our husbands down, but it's like, okay, when you're in an obstacle course, you just need to get past it, right? It's an obstacle. You can scale it or you can stop there.
Right. And I always say, like, you got to get through it. So what do I need to do to make sure that I can pay for the program or network with 10 new people a week or hop on my coaching call that I invested in? Like, no more excuses.
Yep.
That's it. You are completely in control of this. You can't blame your husband. You can't blame your kids. You can't tell me that it's school vacation week and you just didn't get things done. That's a hobby. That's not a business, right? And so finding how to get through the obstacles course is really when you're ready to move forward. Mm-hmm. And we can all play in the playground, right? You can play in the playground. You just play. Go ahead, play in the playground. But if you want to move forward, you've got to make your way through those obstacles.
Hell yeah. And I just heard the Shakira song again from yesterday. I posted from Zootopia. Yeah. Like, I won't give up. So you and I had that in common. Like, we have this do or die attitude. Like, this is it. I am here to serve and there's nothing that's going to get in my way. For me, I know I serve at a higher purpose. For you, you do the same thing. It's like, people are out there praying for me and I'm not going to let anything get in my way. Whether it was a newborn child who was like napping all kinds of weird times and I had to do Facebook Lives for 5 minutes before he woke up, or my husband screaming at me, or like, you know, the dog's barking, or like, life happens, but I won't give up. I will not surrender. I will not let anything in my life be an excuse. I will not be a victim.
Right.
So next.
Boom. There it is.
Boom. And for any of you who just joined us, hello and welcome. And also PS, I'm going to be back in 2 hours at 4:00 doing the card reveal. So if you want to come back, I will be back again doing even more of this great stuff. Yeah. Let's see who's next. So I think Bronwyn is next.
Yay, Bronwyn.
So she wants a card. You bet. It'd be my pleasure. My pleasure.
So, and Bronwyn actually commented back when we were talking about repeating your message and how you can't be one and done. Like it's hard. It takes energy, but there are tools that you can use. And I know Bronwyn's in my social post planning group where we're talking about ways that you can get your message out without you being the portal every single time. Go ahead. What's your card?
Manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
Manifestation. So what this card is saying is the things that have been on your mind, that you've been thinking about, wanting to do, needing to come into your life, it's coming. Okay. So, like I gave it, again, this is another card that came up in my reading earlier. It's like, it must be in the air or something. But so I made this analogy, like if you go, and I don't know if in the UK they have Cheesecake Factory, but in the US they have this restaurant, Cheesecake Factory, and the menu is literally like a booklet. And if you go to entrees, there's literally like 70 choices.
Yeah.
So it's like, so manifestation, this is like you going to the universe, which is the Cheesecake Factory, and you go, I would like an entree, please. And they go, okay, like, I don't know what this means. So you need to say, I would like the chicken piccata, please. Can you have, instead of this, I would like that. You need to be specific with your order and write it down, say it clearly, repeatedly. So make sure that the order that you're placing is clear and understandable, and you don't change it and you don't waver it, you hold it. If that makes sense. So you can get it. It's coming, just like place your order.
Place your order.
Who's next?
Don't go there hungry if you don't know what you want to eat.
Oh,
too many choices.
But the guacamole is kind of like amazing.
Really good. Chris asked for a card. I'm getting caught up on the comments. I was completely
did you get to Isabella? Oh no, I said Chris. Wait, did I miss that one? Did you get Isabella?
I'm getting her right now. Isabella, may I have a card, please?
Yeah,
I'm so grateful for the opportunity.
She was next, I think. All right.
Okay, got it.
All right. And for those of you who are just joining, those of you who are just joining us, could you please hit the share button if you would like a card? I'm just gonna say, post a question. If you have a question about your business, if you're feeling stuck somewhere, Deb and I are here to support you and help you. Isabella, you've got signs. The signs card is saying like, sign everywhere, sign. You're getting signs everywhere. So start opening your eyes and seeing all the synchronicities in your life and how many things are pointing you towards the answers that you've been asking for. You're getting signs. You're getting the direction that you need. It's like, how much more does she want? We're showing her.
Well, and then she comments that she's at a tipping point. She started a podcast on legal innovation 2 months ago, the best project she's ever done. But she's getting stressful about how to make a living and how to monetize and how to release what's holding her back.
I wish I saw that before. Yeah.
My advice is if it fills you up and it's the best project you've ever done, then remind yourself every single day that it's your gift. And I don't know if you follow me or Emily, but I actually on a Facebook Live this week talked about how I have a reminder every morning that pops up when I turn my phone on that says, share your gifts. And you can have whatever reminder you need, whether it's show up or breathe more or exercise more, whatever it is that you need to remind yourself. But it sounds to me like you need to remind yourself how much you love this project, how much you love this podcast, because I can tell you the beginning of your comment tells me that, but then you start the worry. You start heading down the worry path. Like now you're getting stressed about how you're going to make money. When you worry about money, money doesn't come. Right, Emily?
Yeah, I tell my husband this all the time, like, more worry doesn't equal more money. I'm sorry, you can't worry yourself rich.
Right. So how can you use that amazing energy in positive ways to monetize your podcast? Now, my marketing mind would tell you to make sure that there is a clear call to action at the end of that podcast, telling people what to do next. And that goes for any of you who are hosting space in a Facebook group, sending out emails or e-zines. Make it really easy for your listeners to know what the next step is. And be okay with saying, I consult, or I sell this, or I host events, like whatever it is. Make sure people know you're a business. There's nothing shameful about saying, I make money doing blank. Right? Otherwise, you're going to have people that want to pick your brain and want free calls. So it's all about what you put out. So share every day and remind yourself every day that this project is the best project you've ever had and done. And this is what you want to do forever. And this is how you're going to change the world.
Love it.
All right. Sorry.
It's okay.
So it looks like
Chris said, support, not the initial reason why I joined the Phoenix mentorship program, but definitely the reason why I stayed.
And Carrie.
And Carrie, yeah. I'm on a journey that pulls me completely out of my current audience. It's frightening, but I'm putting myself out in small doses of appearances, but nervous about the virtual. Okay, I feel compelled to do feeds. Then I talk myself out of it because I don't feel confident. So you're talking about like doing like a Facebook Live and being on like virtual, I think that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. And I said it to Deb before we hopped on here. And actually I said it on my Instagram stories yesterday, which is like, before I go live, I have slight heart palpitations. I've done thousands of Facebook Lives, and you guys can watch me and Deb and go, oh my gosh, you guys are so natural. You're so calm and relaxed, and you're doing all these. But it didn't just happen. It comes with practice. So stop being so hard on yourself, Carrie. When you see a kid riding their bike and they don't hop on the first couple times and you're like, you're a loser, you're terrible, people aren't going to like you. No, you're like, it's okay. Like, get back up there and try again. And so what if you fall down? And I'm not here to be perfect. And the number one thing you need to let go of is the thought that people are going to watch you and judge you. Because that's what's coming through your message, which is like, I'm in a new audience, I'm in an unknown place. And like, that's bringing up your fears. But truthfully, your haters don't watch you. They don't care enough about you to stick around. So what if you have 0 followers? So what if you have 0 likes? So what if like your job is not to be popular? Your job is to serve, and whatever that means to you. So confidence comes after courage.
And I would say practice and have an agenda. So I think that's a really good tip that I always focus on with people is, have your notebook with your bright ideas and have like 3 to 5 things you want to make sure you cover during your live stream. Because there's nothing worse than when, first of all, when people are seeing you in their news feed, they want to connect with you, right? So if you're looking disheveled and you're not speaking, you have to be yourself, but you also have to be poised and you have to be prepared. So I always say, like, when you're going on a Facebook Live, make sure for sure that you are prepared with what the goal of your live stream is. And don't forget that call to action at the end. Everybody forgets it every single time. That just goes to show you that none of us are perfect, right? So, and if you look at Facebook Lives for me a year ago, or I was on Blab for a whole year before that, you can see how I've changed and how my energy has shifted. And normally I stand when I'm doing Facebook Lives. I rarely sit, but because we're streaming on Zoom, I was sitting. But like, it's all about finding where you feel most comfortable. And honestly, like, lighting is like a huge gift. Having beautiful light on you. When you look good, you feel good. Get dressed up, put some lipstick on, whatever you need to do. Do your little happy dance to your favorite song before, power up. I usually listen to something from The Greatest Showman. It typically just gives me so much energy. whatever you need to do, but everybody has tricks, and just practice and be okay with not being perfect, because otherwise you're hiding, and that's not fair to the people that need to hear you.
Yep. And I mean, I do Facebook Lives and I'm like, oh, I totally didn't even say the thing that I wanted to say. So it's like, whatever.
Then you just can.
All right. So Fiona, am launching a 12-month program, higher level programs, worried I won't have enough to offer. Like you're not enough? Like what you're giving them isn't enough? Is that what you mean? I'd love to get clarification on like, don't have enough to offer. So maybe we'll come back to you. Where was I? Is it Arlene? Let me see.
No, so Prudence, thank you. I feel I'm holding myself back. Yes, I need to get past it. Bronwyn, boom, Arlene. I know I want to serve. I just can't seem to figure out how.
How? It's not up to you to figure out how, Arlene. Just like I said at the beginning of this, I did not know at the beginning of the year, or rather even like 3 months before the Phoenix Mentorship was born, I didn't know it existed. I knew last January I wanted to have a 6-figure year. But as I was running my business, there was no possible way to do that. And it wasn't actually possible, like what I was selling, what I was offering. And I didn't stop myself and go, okay, let me think some things through and I'll figure out how exactly it's going to work. No, right. I just said, I want to serve at my highest level, whatever that means. And what came through was like a ton of content, number one, which like, I was like, you know me, Deb, last year I was like a content machine.
Right.
A retreat, and a mentorship program, and like a ton of meditations and a ton of like challenges. Like I was like just producing, but I didn't know.
And you can't force that.
You cannot.
You cannot force that. So that's why when Emily says you can't worry about that, it's because it comes when it needs to come.
Yeah.
It also comes when someone asks you for it. That's a beautiful thing as well, is when you show up to your dream clients and you're giving all that you give. And you'll notice Emily and I give a ton of free advice and free coaching and free content. And then people show up and say, can you please create blank, without even like you even asking, what should I create next? Like people are going to say, this is how I want to work with you. Do you have that? And you're like, I actually do. Right. And so that's why you don't worry about the why, or the
how.
Sorry.
I hope that helps. So I actually just saw back to the beginning, Fiona, yes, not giving enough. So if you're worried that you're not going to give enough, you're not going to give enough. I mean, I think that's like, you're going to have a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, I'm going to pull you a card, but Deb, I'm going to hand it to you. And I feel like there's something else coming through for her too.
Yeah. So I think she's overthinking the program. That's the first thing I think is, I can tell you that I've been in programs where there's been no agenda and the program's been just fine. I've also taught programs where I had a high level consciousness of what people wanted to get out of it, and I built it as I went along. So I think you have to trust that they're coming to you and being attracted to you because something about them wants to learn whatever it is you have to offer. And if you're worried about having 12 months of content, I'm pretty sure you can figure, I don't know what you specifically do, but I'm pretty sure you can find that.
Self-acceptance.
Yeah. You don't think you're worthy. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's a different issue entirely.
Yeah, it's not
it's not can I deliver, it's am I good enough?
Yeah.
And so that's another issue entirely. And that's a much deeper issue. Like, am I actually good enough? So full disclosure, before I ran Phoenix last September, that came up to me too. Like, can I actually serve at this level? Because I had never done it before. But that's where the magic comes in, is because when you step up and serve and say, I'm committed to serving at this level, allow it just to be coming through me, I'm a channel.
Yeah.
It starts to shift, and you have to believe that you're there. Like, the idea for whatever your program is came to you because yes, in fact, you are ready. And your ego is like, nah, no, you're not. I'm going to keep you small. I'm going to keep you safe. You're going to stay right here.
Yeah.
You don't have to though. All right, Chris, I'm going to pull you a card.
I'm going to have to jump off soon.
I know, it's just getting a little bit late.
And you'll be back live at 4 o'clock. Sorry.
Back at 4. And I'm taking like Phoenix calls in between this. So it's funny. And so for those of you who just hopped on or who didn't know, the Phoenix Mentorship is my 12-month program teaching you how to soulfully scale your business. It's incredible group coaching. You get me one-on-one sessions with me, and you get this amazing supportive group. We have our first VIP day on Saturday. My special lovely guest today is also going to be there, as always, when we kick it off. She's live. Chris, you got miracles. Look at that. Look at you receiving all those special little miracles. So, it's like, be careful what you ask for. So be open to all these creative ways that you can have these wonderful things shift and happen in your life.
I'd like to say something about Chris, if I could.
I was going to say, don't get so caught up in what is and where you are, because that's based on who you were. Open up to possibilities and open up to these miracles. And it's like your guides are like, stop playing so small. Okay, you.
I was actually going to say, like, the openness and where she came from to where she's going. So I met Chris in person at your VIP day when the Phoenix Mentorship Round 1 started. And I remember looking at her and having her share her story. And I remember what I said to her is that she is going to see things for people differently than they could ever have imagined. And I remember watching her go, and Chris, I watch you whenever I can. I watch your lives. I watch when you talk to people and you guide people. And you have found your spot. You have found your place in the universe, and you have just stepped in the door. And when Emily does her meditations and she talks about like these tunnels, that's what I see for you is these tunnels. Like you literally are on the edge of the tunnel and you haven't even started getting through it yet. And I just want to say, like, your voice and your confidence level and the challenges that you've overcome over the last 6, 7, 8 months, you're amazing. And I know that the support for you has been tremendous and you found your group and your tribe, but you did the work. I think that's really important to acknowledge is that you put the work in and you're selling things that you probably never thought you could sell because it never was time or never landed in your lap. So make sure you congratulate yourself on the effort and the work, because even though Emily guided you, you had to do the work in order to arrive where you're at.
I fully agree. I think I'll take the last one. How's that?
Okay.
Charmaine. Hi, Emily and Deb. I'm new to your world, sending love and light from UK. I would love a card for guidance and support for me and my business plans. Thanks. You bet, Charmaine. Okay, I like your energy. I just like her. Just sometimes you just get a good.
Well, it's always nice when people say please and thank you.
It really is. It goes a long way. I know I've had lives where people are like card, and I'm like, okay. So Charmaine, a card just jumped out for you. It's the power card.
Ooh.
So, yeah, you got this, girl. And it's probably why I like your energy. You have got it. So if you're feeling a little bit less than, like, no, tap into that. Oh, did I lose Deb? Oh man, what just happened? I don't know if she's not here anymore. I just saw myself pop up by myself. That's weird. I think I'm by myself. Okay. That's okay. So this is about you seeing, like, this is the power. You have this ability in you, and it's like, whoosh. If you're not feeling so powerful, just tap into that place within you. Like what Deb had kind of just said is like, put on your power song, like get your juices flowing. You actually have a great amount of energy behind you. Anyway, so that is it. I lost Deb. It's okay. I don't know what happened. I've been having some technical difficulties, but we're not in Mercury retrograde anymore. Let me just quickly look at the comments because I don't want to miss anybody. Michelle, I think you just missed it. Sorry. Isabella, thank you. You're welcome. Carrie, you're welcome. Nikki, I'm glad you needed to hear that. Bronwyn, love you too. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. And Emily, you could just share your Facebook or website, Deb. I would love to know more about you. And if you have time, I would love a call. Yeah, so Emily, and good to see you again, Emily. So Deb is at For the Love of Your Biz. She's on Facebook. She's also in my private group, Life Made Simple. So you can also check her out there. She'll point you to all of her good stuff. And she has a private Facebook group that teaches you how to market your biz better. And it's a free group and it's awesome. Thank you, Chris. Hi, Discovery through Stacy a few days ago. Yeah, I was literally there yesterday. Lovely card. Thank you. So you're welcome. It was so nice to connect with you. And it's so cool. I love these little synchronicities. And you're welcome, Melissa. It's so great to see you all. And again, thank you all so much for being here. I will be back at 4:00 to do the card reveal for the day. The Phoenix Mentorship closes down tonight. There's only a couple spots left. I would love it if you are all interested in scaling your business in a soulful way, using spiritual practices, a deeper strategy, and really connecting with people who are like-minded. This is the time for you to join. This is it. It closes tonight. There's no other time you can get in. Oh, Deb, you're back. Hi.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. That was weird. And I was saying how much we like Charmaine. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I know. I was just kind of closing it up, and they were asking how to find you, and I was giving them your stuff, and I said also you can find her in my group, but could you give them like your quick little plug of like how they can find you?
Sure. So my business is For the Love of Your Biz, but the best way to connect with me is in my free Facebook community, Social Post Ideas with Deb LaFlamme. I'll drop it in the comments. A place where I help inspire you to market your biz better, because I know that if you are amazing at what you do and you are willing to stand up and serve and share your gifts, sometimes marketing falls to the bottom of your list every single time. So I help keep you on track and give you creative ideas to get those marketing juices flowing, because I know it's not as easy for you as it is for someone outside of your business. So thank you, Emily, for having me.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. And thank you for all your kind words today. It's meant so much to me to have you here as one of my best friends and business buddies, and somebody who's seen both me through all of these like different journeys, well, through this journey, and seeing the Phoenix Mentorship members through it as well. So it's great to have that reflection back. So
love it.
Oh, it's been almost an hour as usual. We just can't get enough of each other, and we like helping people. So is what it is. So anyway, thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day. If you want to come back, I'll see you at 4:00. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.